No, 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 no. No, you look good. Right. Uh-oh. Who that is? Oh, there we go. How'd that happen, Austin?
Accidentally swiped it away
Oh, okay,
instead of
okay.
instead of Twitter.
Okay, all right, that's valid. That's valid.
That's my
All
bad.
right. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right, we're gonna get started in a moment. And Josh, if you can you please post this in the Blue Warriors page?
Yes, sir.
Thank you kindly. All right, and all right, that is extremely graphic, Harish. So that's weird. All right. Yeah, you saw that too, Austin, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's I'm gonna need
I
you to
was with
relax
him.
there, Bucko.
I was with him until that last miss.
Yeah, it's like no, that's not how this works. All right.
Can y'all hear me?
Yep, we hear you.
Trying to get back in my headset.
It feels like that sometimes, you know. All right, fantastic. We're gonna wait for a few more people to jump on. Thank you for being with us again. Do appreciate you guys and all that other good stuff. So, yeah, we're gonna get started soon. Austin is chuckling. Not sure what's going on, but you know what? I'm pretty sure it's hilarious. It might be somebody he's talking about on the page. Either way, I'm completely okay with it. All right, and
What
let's see.
you say?
What happened?
I said what you say?
Oh no, I was just saying that I'm not sure what Austin was laughing at just now, but apparently it was hilarious, and I'm with him on that. All right. Of all the pages I save it on, I generally forget that I have to post it on mine. So you know, there's that. All right.
Trying to get set up with my AirPod.
What is? Are you on your? Blah, blah, blah. Are you on your iPad?
Cell phone.
Oh okay. Oh okay. There we go.
Right.
Mm, all right. So with that being said, if Josh is set up, if Austin set up, quick thumbs up. All right, people. And with that
Let's
being
get it.
said, we will be back.
I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. I don't wanna hear any more small talk. Off that short pier, take a long walk. My style ain't free cause it ain't off top. I'm at your throat, go get a cough drop. It's kush. I love me too much and your brain turn to mush. Fall flat on your tush. You couldn't handle the product I push. I guess I'm just used to it, I just do it. Like Nike swoosh, none of that Reggie Bush cause I'm top shelf, I ain't got well.
All right, people, and welcome back. We do want to thank you for viewing us again at the You Don't Know JAC podcast. Like I said, we are live again to make sure that you're getting all your Colts news, pepper in some trash talk here and there. But as a whole, we're just glad that you're here with us. We're glad you get our point of view. So this way, if people ask you about stuff, then you can go ahead and just let them know. We make you more knowledgeable. We like to consider ourselves an educational source. All right. So when we say that Ryan Tannehill is not the elite quarterback that Titans fans have claimed that he was for the last 2 years, we need that, and we know that they don't, but we do. All right. So thank you once again for being back, and not just that, but we need to go ahead and just make sure that we reintroduce ourselves. I mean, I know we do this every week, but it's never a bad thing that we want to go ahead and let you guys know exactly what's going on. So that we can get started, we'll go in alphabetical order because you know what? We have to start off with the senior of the group, and we're not talking about senior because you're saying he's old. By no means, there's no way. But we are talking about Josh Senior. Everybody,
What's good? What's good? I'm back.
yes, back from Stowe. We appreciate you for that. We have with us the silent assassin, the man of many insults, and generally nobody has any comebacks for. We have with us Austin Cook, everybody.
What's up? I'm Austin.
It's
All right.
it's ice cook.
Ice Cook.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Cook.
Cook.
Wait, Ice Cookie. Ice Cookie.
Yeah, ice cookie.
Ice Cookie. And then, of course, last but not least, we have myself, Chris Jackson. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We truly do appreciate you. We appreciate you guys for hanging in there with us. And with that being said, guys, how's it been? How's the week been thus far?
Pretty
It's
good.
been dukish. I mean, it's been good.
Okay, we're okay. We're not doing that.
I'm sorry. I was
Here's what we're not going to do, sir. Okay, we're not going to do this Duke thing. Okay, we're no, absolutely not. We're no, thank you. All right.
yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it kind of threw that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I knew you were gonna do. I knew there had to be like some type of reference eventually, but I mean, come on, man.
I
Come
can't
on,
say
man.
I can't say the Lakers. They're getting beat by 60 right now. So I mean, I can't
Wait,
say
they're
that.
gonna be by how much?
You don't want. Man, look, I don't even want to know. 90. No, it's 94-60. So, a lot better.
Oh, 30 foot. Oh, that's a lot better.
A lot better than 60 when I.
Jesus. I mean, at some point or another, I mean, you got to start defending yourself. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what's happening.
No. The Lakers are Chris Rock, and right now the Mavs is Will Smith.
All right, we're certainly not doing this. I am absolutely sick of this Will Smith Chris Rock thing. Okay, all right. Listen, I don't care what it is. At the end of the day, everybody just needs to beat Denzel. I don't care. Don't care.
True. Yeah.
But with that being said, much like the people who were waiting for a response from Chris Rock, now we are waiting again because here we are a week after signing Matt Ryan, and we are back to square one. We're back waiting. So let's just say we are back to the drawing board. Um, I mean, there's been rumors, but there hasn't been anything concrete. Um, I mean, what do you think? What's the holdup? Well, like, at this point, what's the holdup? there's guys that are still out there that can potentially go ahead and fill certain spots, but what do you think is causing there to be this giant holdup with everything?
It's something about those Chris's, man.
I I feel like that's a shot. I feel like that's a shot. I don't
It's,
want to say it is.
it's too many. Yeah,
It
Chris
seems
Rock, Chris Ballard. It's too many Chris's that we got to wait on.
it
Not you, not
seems
you.
no, don't try to clean that up now. No, we're not gonna do. This is not the route that we're gonna go today. All right, you are firing on all cylinders, sir. I just want you to know that. Like I want you to understand that you, sir, are an agent of chaos today.
I will try to temper down while I wait. Again,
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? That's fine. That's fine.
W-
But
well,
but let's
the issue is Chris. I mean, this is Chris Ballard. This is a Chris Ballard type of offseason. He don't make moves like this. He don't make them like often. Like you don't see a headlines or breaking news every other day of a signing or a trade like we did the last couple of weeks. We got two. We made two big trades in 2 weeks, and he's tired. He's he's tired of working the
He,
phones right now. So yeah,
he just needs us to be patient.
yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but let's be completely honest. We've been patient all these years. Okay? Now, mind you, got Matt Ryan. I think that that's going to be a signing that's going to pan out because, like I said, you get somebody in veteran leadership, somebody who knows how to go ahead and take any opportunities. I mean, it's just like we're going to have receivers out there. We're going to have guys who are able to spread out the field, but we also have guys who can catch out the backfield and then potentially make plays. So, you know what? That's fantastic. Now, the question is who's going to make these plays? Because at this point, we have Michael Pittman, we have Paris Campbell, who, let's be completely honest, has been as reliable as a paper towel in a rainstorm. And I mean, in terms of what needs to happen with this team, it's just like we just need more playmakers. Doyle retired, T.Y. Hilton, we haven't re-signed him as of yet, so we got a couple things going on. But that brings me to the first thing where Ballard has made offers to two guys that we know of:
Uh-huh.
Honey Badger Tyrann Matthew and Jarvis Landry.
And he's interested in trading for James Bradbury.
Okay, interested in training for Jay. So the thing is, right there, that's probably three spots where we absolutely do need the most help.
Yes. Oh yeah, all three of them. All three of them
Yeah,
key.
exactly. But it's. Do you think that there could be something in the works, kind of similar to like a DeForest Buckner type of move that could be coming, like something that we're not expecting at all?
Well, every move we made was unexpected. Maybe Matt Ryan maybe was expected due to the Deshaun Watson, but we didn't know
Yeah,
Yannick was available.
yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah,
right
they
now,
like to. Sorry, they like to keep it, sealed pretty tight. Not a lot gets out. I'm surprised we know about the offers that have been made. So yeah,
Yeah,
but they didn't say
and
they didn't even say who it was yet.
well, Jason Spears, who seems to have some good sources, he's the one that said it was Tyrann Matthew and Jarvis Landry. So that doesn't always mean it's true. I'm just saying it's pretty reliable source, but not 100%.
Right. Okay.
yeah. So I mean, so so then in that case, what like knowing that we do have offers out there, um, what do you think is the reason why so many guys so far, like, if we have Cap, we have the other pieces, anybody coming into the situation knows this isn't a team that's lacking in talent. But, it's just like, why haven't guys signed yet? Why hasn't, Honey Badger signed yet? Why hasn't Jarvis Landry signed yet? What is the holdup, you think, with this whole being able to trade for Bradbury?
in my opinion, I think it's Chris Ballard trying to work the money his way because, like he did with Carson Wentz, he got them to take a lot of his contract or his whole contract, and then they got the Falcons to take a lot of Matt Ryan's contract. So I think he's trying to work the money his way in everybody that he is trying to sign or trade for, and I think
I don't.
that will take more time.
I don't like that. I don't like the approach. I don't like the approach though because here you got like, there's talent that wants to come. There's offers on the table. You know,
Yeah.
you can't pay a guy. You know, I mean, it's obvious he can pay players. He paid Funches $10 million, and he didn't play but one game, so he can pay $10 million, a double figure contract or double figure numbers. I don't know what it is if it's got to be multi years or it's going to be a 1 year prove it. We don't know. For us, like I just use Landry. We don't know how many years he wants. We know he wants $20 million a year. That's out. So if he wants $20 million a year, no wonder he don't have an agent. Because I mean that's not happening. Who had nobody? I don't think other than Detroit Lions and maybe a couple other teams that are ahead of us. I don't think too many people have $20 million cap at the top.
Well, I mean, I think there's a few teams that do, but the thing is, they're certainly not in the market right now for a wide receiver.
Right.
So, I think the issue that you run into with this is that he's 29. He's going to be turning 30 in November. He's asking for $20 million a year. Sure, you can go ahead and have him in at $20 million a year, but the thing is, what are you getting? Because we saw Devontae Adams got paid. He's making 28. Tyreek Hill just got paid 30. Christian Kirk, for all intents and purposes, he just got paid $18 million a year. Now, is he better than Christian Kirk? I believe he is. But also at the same time, it's just like, is his production in that $20 million a year range? And me personally, I'm going to say no. Because
I don't think Christian Kirk deserved the 18.
Oh no, he definitely didn't. I mean, Jacksonville spent over $1 billion in free agency in 10 years. So let's just be completely real about that. They have the money to spend. It just never goes anywhere, and then they have to worry about bad contracts later on.
I mean, do you like that approach? Maybe because it's not stopping Jacksonville. Even though it's a bad contract, they always seem to trade that bad contract and get picks and just do it all over again. The only problem is the wins are not coming in.
Yeah, but you also have to look at it from this perspective. Yeah, they always, like splurge and spend money in free agency, but I mean they just let their best defensive player outside of Josh Allen walk because of not either being able to or wanting to re-sign him. So the thing is, it's just like it's not a formula that works. I mean, the thing is, it's just like you let Miles Jack walk, you trade away Jalen Ramsey. They got rid of damn near everybody. Jalen Ramsey has a Super Bowl ring. Leonard Fournette has a Super Bowl ring. You have guys that have systematically left that team and been in better spots later on because they went to other teams that were able to actually utilize them. And mind you, Jalen Ramsey was traded. They got 2 first-round picks. Fantastic. What does those first-round picks turn to?
T.J. Henderson, which he left.
Traded.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, you have Trevor Lawrence. I mean, that's fantastic. But I mean, nothing. You have nothing to show for it. So I mean, you could say, okay, we'll just go ahead and pay people. Honestly, Christian Kirk is probably going to end up being another one where he's going to have another one of those. I'm willing to bet money right now that Christian Kirk will be 2 to 3 years into that career, and he will only have one 1,000-yard season, and I think he'll barely get that.
I doubt that with Marvin Lewis over there, and it might keep Leviticus.
Leviticus. You go straight biblical. I understand. I get it. I understand.
Whatever his name is, but yeah, that may keep him. I mean, they have the weapons over there. They have the weapons, so they're not lacking receivers. And I'm sure they'll draft another one.
Yeah, but then you also have they got rid of Norwell. Brandon Linder just retired, and so I mean they got weapons. But the thing is, it's just like it's how they utilize them, and that's what makes things a little bit different. But we're not here to talk about them. Okay, whatever. To heck with them. But before we go any further, I do want to go ahead and get some of these comments. Clyde Wesley Oliver said Ursay said the money needs to be right, but basically he was leaning towards the Honey Badger joining us, which honestly I think that makes it a lot better. I
He
think
had an interview.
Ursay don't have a problem with it. It's Ballard.
yeah. Well, Ballard is going to say, okay, well, you know what, we need to make that approach where we need to take our time and we need to, do this. But the thing is, for Ursay, it's like, he hasn't seen the type of product that he's been paying for. And I mean, it's just like they went really hard for Wentz last year. And I could only imagine the discussions that they had going into, the decision process to say, okay, well, you know what, Carson Wentz could be that guy. Carson Wentz could be our guy. Then he's saying, you know what, I'm going to trust you. He just came off a bad year. Did he have a better year? Yeah. But was it a better year than, was it what they probably talked it up to be? I'm going to say probably not. It probably wasn't.
They did. It just it's obvious other issues that he had. He had mental issues, mental lapse. That's his problem. His numbers was not bad. It's the mental lapse. He's not a motivated player when things go bad.
Mm-hmm.
Like how we said in the Jacksonville game. It wasn't the only game, but when there's a game where he's bad, he is bad. There's no bad for one half or one quarter or one possession, and then he turned good. No, if he's bad, that's it. If he's good, he's good.
Yeah. And kind of expanding on that, he also said money could be the reason why Honey Badger hasn't signed yet. Carolina has the most left with $30 million, and then the Jags are trying to be an offensive team now. They are just following the trend. I don't see it working for them. That's what Ronald Marvin said. So that's what they have. But I mean, when we're talking about let's just say like with Carson Wentz, the thing that you look for the most that Philly really screwed the pooch on when they signed him was the fact that they went off of a small sampling, but then they saw like where he was at his peak. Because let's be honest, he peaked probably in that second year when he was an MVP candidate. So when you see that he has that much success early, you have that injury that kind of gets in the way. That kind of that screws things up because you can only go off of what it is. But then he comes back the next year, he has a decent year, and now you're saying that you want to make him the highest paid QB in the league at that particular time.
Yeah,
it didn't make sense because it's just like he still has to prove himself. But the thing is, you also know that you have these issues and you have these different things. It's like what I said about him coming to Indy. I have no problem with Carson Wentz because from a numbers perspective, I feel like he should be able to do it. But the whole issue is that it's his injury. It's the injury prone thing. And it's just like I think a lot of what goes into that is the fact that he's kind of they have offensive sets, they have offensive schemes that they're supposed to be looking at, and he's just kind of like improvising. But it's not improvising in a way that makes it so that you're maximizing the potential of the offense. It's improvising because as soon as you see something break down, all of a sudden you're running for the hills when you don't have to.
Right.
But I mean, honestly, it's just like it is very confusing. It is very, it's hard to see, especially when you know for a fact that Frank Reich really put his neck out there. He really stuck his neck out there for him, and he proved otherwise. And now if Irsay didn't have something to say before, if Irsay didn't have his mindset like, okay, we're probably not going to be doing this again, I think that whole Carson Wentz debacle is probably going to be the nail in the coffin for Frank Reich to say, hey, maybe we should bring this guy in. I mean, maybe he does have some trust with him, but still, it's like, yeah, no, that's still pretty bad.
It's just hidden. I mean, I guess when I watched the
interview yesterday, Rocky interview, he didn't have a lot of good things to say about Carson. It seemed like he wanted to back away from it, move on from it, and just pretty much focus on Matt, which you
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, which
Uh,
is what every Colts fan should do. It's in the
well,
past
Yeah.
now.
I can't because I got a jersey, so I can't move on.
No,
Yeah,
you're
you just
gonna
need to.
mark
You
out
got to.
Wentz and put
Yeah,
Ryan.
you got to do the. You got to use the masking tape. You just color it blue, like, and then just like write on the letters. Like, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. But then on to other news. We have a couple of our guys that are visiting elsewhere, so we have to kind of temper ourselves here. With Ty is visiting or visited Dallas, and Teray is visiting in Atlanta. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to ask you both, starting with you, Austin. On a scale of 1 to 10, you know, how big is losing TY? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how big is losing Teray? With 1 being, it won't matter, and 10 being, okay, we should probably panic.
Uh, I'd say Ty is a 3,
Ooh,
and Teray is a 5.
Really?
Ty, I like Ty, and if he comes back, I'll be happy. Just because I like him, it'd be weird to see him somewhere else.
Yeah.
Teray was good, um, but apparently he's not happy with like his playing time and like the amount of reps that he got.
Hmm.
that's his fault.
Uh, so like I would like him back as well, but if he doesn't come back, I feel like we'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. No, and like I said, we'll get back to that. But Josh, what do you think?
For both players, we've seen what Tua could do, um, and it ran his course. I hate to see him go. It was like Reggie Wayne last couple of years when it's time for him to go. It's time for him to go,
Yeah.
and you can't hold on to that. I mean, it's kind of sucks. I mean, we need the veteran leadership on offense because he's a captain, but
Hmm.
he haven't been on the field. He missed what 7 games last year, I think, maybe 6 7.
Yeah.
And when he did play, I mean, he was just out there. He really was just he was just out there celebrating and being a teammate. That's pretty much what he was. Uh, hey, hey, what-
Hold on, you're cutting out really bad.
can you hear me now?
Okay, there you go.
With Teray, was his best year. Unfortunately, it was in a contract year, and he haven't shown enough in previous years to warrant a longer deal, like Lewis did. Well, Lewis
Yeah.
had a he it's I, I'm a mystery because we saw all the practices he had, and he showed a lot of potential, but fortunately injury uh, held him back.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, and I don't know that I would say it kind of the way that Austin did, where it's just like, you would rate Ty a 3. I think, anything that you're doing with Ty, I feel like he does have something left in the tank, but I do feel like, for him, it's more so, I think, kind of what Reggie Wayne was to Ty at the beginning of Ty's career. Because I mean, Reggie Wayne was there, like he was mentoring him. He showed him the way, and that Ty benefited from it because as soon as it was his turn to be the guy, he was able to take off running. Like I think he still ranks, he still ranks top 10. I think all time for the most receiving yards within the first 5 years of their career. So I mean, we can say that, and of course, it's just like that's going to be something that's probably that's something that's probably going to be looked at like later on. But I think Teray losing Teray is going to be not necessarily a big deal, but I think it's just like you lose a little bit of depth. But I'm sure it's just like they're not prioritizing that with Ngakwe, the acquisition of Ngakwe, because now you have somebody who's solid, who's going to absolutely be able to be in. And mind you, it's just like he's been playing consistently. So I mean, he's going to cause that pressure. He's going to make sure that he's affecting every single play. So at this point, you know exactly what you're getting. So I mean, unless he knows that he's coming back in a he knows he's coming back in probably just more of a depth role, and
Yeah.
wish he would, because he's a beast, and you know that he could potentially just do great things. But at the end of the day, it's just like, if he thinks that he's going to have a better opportunity in Atlanta, then so be it, rebuilding or not. But I think, hold on, let me get to. We have more comments. Man, tonight we got a lot of comments. I love it. I appreciate it. All right, we said Ron with my problem with Carson was situational football and how he handled situations during the season. The numbers were fine. The talent is definitely there, but it's not all put together. That's fair. Then we have Tim saying, "I made it finally. Welcome, Tim." By the way, guys, Tim is a Jaguars fan. So I just want to go ahead and put that out there. Can we all just say, "Welcome, Yannick"?
Welcome, Yannick.
There we go. Okay, see, look, I appreciate that. Yeah, so we have that. And then we have Ron again. He says we can move on from both Teray and Ty. One's never healthy, and one's in the back end. And we don't know what Hilton's ceiling is and what he has left. We know what Hilton's ceiling is. I think you might have meant Teray, but either way, we know what Teray's ceiling is. But the thing is, we just have never been able to reach it because we have been able to truly have him out there consistently. So, we don't know what it is, but there's a reason for that. And so we have Clyde. He says Komoko by Ty got love for him, but I think the draft will tell his future with us if no one signs him before. That's fair. What do you think Michael Pittman's ceiling is? What do you guys think?
He had 1,000 yards. he had a
Okay.
thousand.
He,
He had a
I mean,
thousand yards.
he's big and he's athletic, and I mean, like I feel like he could be a top receiver in the league.
Yeah.
At least top
Yeah.
15.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what? I'm not even going to sell him short like that, because the thing is, at the end of the day, I mean, he did get 1,000 yards with, Carson Wentz throwing into situations that were just absolutely ridiculous.
yeah.
I think,
He showed that he can jump with anybody.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's just like he's 6'4", and I think when utilized properly, he's absolutely, like, I think this year with Matt Ryan, and we can book it. I'm willing. And anybody who doesn't believe me, you can bet me. I don't care. If he stays healthy, he plays the whole entire season. I think he's probably going to go over about 1,400 yards this year.
That's a good,
I think
good
he
bump.
could.
He could.
Yep, that's what I'm going with. And then you have does Wayne, or in this case, did Wayne elevate him? They were almost the same type of receiver. No,
Ooh,
no.
wait, wait.
Hold on, you cut out. You cut out a little bit.
Ty and Reggie Wayne are not the same receiver. They're
No.
Is
totally
he
different.
talking about? Is he talking about Michael Pittman though? Is he saying will he? Like,
Oh, now the thing is, if he's talking about Michael Pittman, then
Oh,
yes, because
yes.
if he's talking about Michael Pittman and Reggie Wayne, extremely similar in
that's
terms of
what.
the receivers. Yeah, they're not the fastest guys on the field. They're short receiver. They're short receivers. I think Reggie was like 6 foot 6'1". So the thing
Yeah.
is, he was just way more of a possession receiver, a guy that had a lot of jumping, a lot of capability. So the thing is, I think having Reggie Wayne on the staff now, he's going to be able to teach him a lot of things that he wasn't able to get before. And I mean, Ty can teach him a lot, but the thing is, Reggie Wayne is just more of the frame, more of that same type of receiver that he is. It is kind of like if Marvin Harrison was to come back and coach in any type of capacity, he would have been fantastic for Ty, because they were very similar in terms of how they were, both shorter guys, both speedy guys, both just fantastic receivers as a whole. So, I think in that case, yes, that makes sense. I think Wayne does help him elevate his game a little bit.
And
All right. And
I was gonna make that point. Uh, if Ty goes, it's not like Michael Pittman is just losing his leadership because with Reggie Wayne coming in, I feel like that's
It's an added
huge.
bonus.
yep. Yep. I think you have I think Ty is just like he was probably able to teach Pittman just the ropes when it comes down to, what he needed in terms of that. But I think, now having Reggie Wayne there, especially having him in that capacity, having some of the other guys too, because now you get a young receiver. I think you can absolutely start from jump with them too. But then you know exactly how they're going to be able to dissect kind of as a duo to have those guys. Because, I mean, imagine you get somebody like Jarvis Landry, you have Reggie Wayne on, the field, or not the field, but you have him on the staff kind of coaching guys up. It's
Right.
going to be hard enough for you to guard Jarvis Landry. But then you have to worry about Michael Pittman, who now knows how to how to catch on these different routes, how to fake out, people on these, with foot movement. And you have a quarterback that will absolutely be able to get him the ball no matter what.
Did you guys know that Landry's only 5'11", but plays bigger than that?
Oh yeah. Well, he's a strong player, and I mean it's just like you would think that he was 6'2" because when he goes up to gets the ball, it's just like he's a strong guy. Like he's I think the one thing that you had was that Odell says a lot of his success was due to Landry just really pushing him with how they were able to catch, having the hands, being able to have the foot movement, being able to do all they do. So, I think Jarvis is a very underrated receiver, but the thing is, I mean, he started out Miami and then he went to Cleveland, and then you have certain stuff that you have to deal with. But I mean, it is what it is. I think that would still be a very clutch pickup, but it's going to be tough to kind of see where that goes because I mean he can still sign any day now, but we just have to
We
see.
need to fuck.
You
I
said
mean,
what?
we need to sign him before he go to end up with the Bucks. And here we go. We gotta watch Tom Brady make him look really good.
Yeah, but the Bucks don't really have that much money either.
Hey, you AB took less money. So yeah, big difference, especially on the approve it deal. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't want them.
Fair enough. I get it. I get it. So, and then we have Tim, our local Jags fan, says Yannick is the man. And then he says not Pittman and Wayne, which he was talking about Pittman and Wayne being able to be on the same team. And then we have Clyde said he said not to hit an agreement with MPJ prediction. In my opinion, Michael Pittman Jr. can be what Roddy White was in Atlanta. Sure, there is a height difference, but Ryan turned Roddy into a monster. And I think that that's something else that is definitely being understated is the fact that you have Matt Ryan who's able to throw you the ball, and Matt Ryan has had his fair share of receivers to throw to. I mean, yeah, he did have Roddy White, and then they were able to get, they were able to then get Julio. And then after Julio, you're able to get Calvin Ridley. So the thing is, it's just like, you have these receivers and you have these guys that you know that you're going to be able to, depend on, that you're going to be able to rely on. And, like I said, Matt Ryan isn't going to throw guys into coverage. Matt Ryan is going to make sure that he's able to go ahead and make plays develop and make sure that he throws guys open, if anything. So now it's just like you have, the best case scenario for him to be able to come in and really just make a difference where we didn't see with Carson. But once again, it's just like he's, like I said, he's gone. Don't have to worry about that no more. But we do know that, I think there's going to be a huge difference in the offense this year with, Matt Ryan being there. I think that affects Jonathan Taylor because Jonathan Taylor is now going to be able to run more effectively. He's going to be able to do everything that he could possibly do and that he wasn't able to do previously. Even down to being able to sell play action. Because Carson is just like he's 3 feet away trying to fake like he's handing off. It's just like we clearly see that you're not handing off. What are you doing? Why are you? What is happening right now?
Correct.
So you know exactly what that is. But either way, we know what to expect. I think it's just like this year is going to be much different in the passing game. But either way, I think we'll be able to make a lot of those strides and see exactly what we need to see to make sure that we know that this signing was like or this trade was absolutely worth it. All right. And so, with that being said, last topic for the night: what is the ideal remaining free agent scenario?
Dream scenario or just me?
I mean, for guys that you would want to come on the team that are left, that would absolutely make it so that we can go into the draft knowing that we can just get pieces and absolutely just ball out during the regular season.
We can still trade for.
Hold on. You cut out. You cut out again.
If we can trade for James Bradbury since his ceiling is kind of low for his value, that'd be great. Uh, I mean, I know we said Gilmore, but he's in talks with the Raiders. Uh, we probably won't lock him. But Tyrann Matthews still. We can get Landry at price or get him bump it down to 12. Uh,
Okay. Okay. What about you, Austin?
Well, I think signing Tyrann Matthew and Jarvis Landry would be pretty ideal, and then bringing on Julio Jones for a 1 year prove it deal, cheap. I think that'd be a good thing. And if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. This would be a cheap deal, and then just go into the draft. I feel like uh, this draft is pretty deep, so
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm, and I did read something. Well, I read a couple things, and that's how I'm going to premise this next statement. Vegas has us plus 500 to sign Tyrann Matthew.
uh-huh.
So I think right now we're leading in that aspect based on the news saying that we had an offer out there. So, and then I'll say this: there is a speculation going on by analysts saying that we may not see any quarterbacks going in the first round. Now, I don't know how true that is.
That,
So,
I mean,
so well, you know what? So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that we are looking at potentially, and this is my wish list. This is my Christmas list. If this happens, I'm completely fine not getting anything for Christmas this year. I'd be completely okay all around. Okay, so get Jarvis Landry. Forget that $20 million he's talking about. Sign for a 2 year, $16 million deal. Backload that. Put a lot of incentives in the front end of that contract for this year. Then, then we sign Tyrann Matthew. Give him 2 year, 2 3 years. Let's just say 24 million. Maybe do more. Just do more incentives. Like I said, you play all 17 games in the regular season, make the playoffs, do all that. Fantastic. Trade for Bradbury. Trade like a sixth this year. Trade like a fourth next year. Cool. Okay. All right. So we do that. Let's just say we sign Gilmore, 1 year deal, potentially. Something that's not going to be like a big make or break for the team. We go into the draft, trade Washington's third round conditional pick that they gave us for next year, along with let's just say a one of the thirds this year for a second for someone else in the second round, and one of those QBs fall to us, potentially maybe Howell, maybe Pickett. I don't know exactly how everybody feels about those quarterbacks in this draft, but we'll see what happens. And then we end up drafting one of those receivers like Christian Watson, David Bell. I mean, ideally,
well,
you said what?
you mentioned Matt from Ole Miss.
You said Matt who? I'm sorry.
Matt Corral.
Oh, Matt Corral. I think so. I think there's still a good chance that we do get. Um, I think there's still gonna be a lot of those guys out there. I don't think that there's going to be anything where any players are going to necessarily be out of our range. I think you shouldn't go into it thinking that going to you're absolutely going to be able to get everybody that you think you're going to get, because there's going to be a lot of guys that aren't going to fall.
Right.
Um, I think when it comes down to it, I I want to make sure that we don't screw up the way that we did when it came to like Paris Campbell. I feel like he had a lot of upside, but the only problem was that he just can't stay healthy. So I mean, there goes that. But I think ultimately, when it comes down to it, I do want it all. I do want it all. Okay, I do want a lot. I do feel like this draft is very, very, very wide receiver depth heavy. I feel like there's a lot of O line depth out there too. I feel like this is going to be a draft to build on. If people aren't necessarily sold on the quarterbacks, then this is definitely going to be something where you could see maybe a team like Tampa Bay of drafting a quarterback, because you know that Tom Brady's only going to maybe be around for another year, possibly two, but that he's going to be going and making sure that he's teaching the next one up. And then you have, somebody like Matt Ryan, who's always been a consummate professional, who, up until this past year, I think they never really planned for him to be gone. And then now you see the money crunch that you're in, because you thought that after you made that Super Bowl run before, that they were going to do it again, and that never happened. Ever since they went to the Super Bowl, that team has been a shell of itself. That's all. They didn't resign Devontae Freeman. They got Todd Gurley, but they got Todd Gurley after the Rams had pretty much used them up. Defense, they lost guys year by year. I mean, anything that you're doing in
They
terms of that
tried,
team
but
is gutted.
everything they had, everything they had, they let go. But, uh, to, uh, to New England. Uh, who else? I mean, keep going. I mean, keep going. Defense. The cornerbacks that got hurt. Who was what was the guy from UCLA? The pass rush, Tashiki or something.
Oh, wait,
They drafted him in the first round.
McKinley?
Like something. Yeah, McKinley.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
All the parts.
you know what? I think at the end of the day, that's just going to be something that's just going to be like it's going to be tough to get over, kind of tough to do. I just think that that might be something that's going to be it's going to be hard for Atlanta to really, really, truly rebuild the way that they think they are. I mean, you're going to have to build through the draft. You're going to have to do these things. Maybe Mariota has a revival in his career, but I mean, you don't know what you're signing up for, and you just know that you're hoping that everything works out accordingly, but you just have to see. But I mean, I don't know. I have no clue, but we'll see what happens. Um, but then again, I'm not sure. I don't know anymore. Okay, listen, we're just trying to figure this out. This is craziness. All right. But and then Clyde said, and then we're about to got have one more coming before we go. It said Clyde said, now Josh been killing the Titans about the Julio ordeal. Do we now want that smoke? Better yet, can Josh stand that AFC South fan battle heat that will come if we sign Julio?
I think
Uh,
the difference would be what we give up and what they gave up.
my counterparts in my fan base want me to catch all the smoke. Everybody keeps saying sign Julio. Everybody in the chat keeps saying Clyde. Everybody keeps saying sign Julio. They want me to get the smoke, man. They want me to be tagged every day.
Oh yeah,
They
yeah.
want,
I mean, of course. But then again, you be trolling them unmercifully. So
yes, I do.
I
Yes, I
mean, what do you expect?
do.
All right. Well, you know what? Well, with that being said, guys, it's been a heck of a podcast. Here we are, Austin, 49 minutes. I always say it's going to be a short one, and then 50 minutes. But yeah.
Short it in an hour. It's short.
All right. Well, you know what? Like I said, it's been amazing. We're gonna be back here next week. Please make sure that you're tuning in every Tuesday at 9 or a little bit after, depending on how much gas Josh has to get. All right.
No, not
And
marijuana. Gasoline.
gas, petrol. Okay. But then in the meantime, guys, please make sure that you visit the Yuma Jack podcast page on Facebook, also at YDKJEC podcast on Twitter. And guys, you can let them know exactly where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at Austin_cook2 and Twitter Cookie Austin2.
If that's gonna change soon to Icy Cookie Austin too.
And then you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok with the same calendar. I am Tusky.
Yeah. All right. And you can find me at CJ Colt Fan on Twitter. Make sure that you are tuning in. And other than that, guys, have a great week. Whatever weather you're going through, please make sure that you stay warm if you're in the cold weather. I know that they said that there's going to be a big tornado that's touching down in Mississippi. So prayers out to anybody who is absolutely going to be potentially dealing with that. But other than that, guys, listen, it's been a pleasure as usual. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you guys next week.